Hey everyone, and welcome. If you've ever been completely stumped by one of those bizarre, out-of-the-blue interview questions, then this is for you. Think of this as your official playbook. Today, we're going to do a masterclass on how to solve those lateral thinking puzzles that are designed to push you to your absolute limits. Okay, let's just dive right in with a classic. How would you draw a square with just 3 lines? I mean, it seems impossible, right? This is the perfect example of what we're up against. But these aren't just silly brain teasers. They are really sophisticated tests, and by the end of this, you'll know exactly how to take them apart piece by piece. So here's our game plan. First, we'll get into why companies even use these puzzles. Then, we're going to tackle puzzles of perception, explore how to perform when the pressure is on, and finally, we'll pull it all together into a mindset that will set you up for success.
So what's the point of all this, really? Are they actually looking for some kind of genius who can magically draw a 3-line square? Well, not exactly. What they're testing for is something much, much deeper. This whole thing has a name. It's called a stress interview. And here's the absolute key. Your process, how you think, and your reaction to the pressure, that matters way more than getting the right answer. You win by not getting flustered. So the real takeaway is this. The pressure is the test, and your composure, that's your passing grade.
Okay, so if the goal isn't just one single correct answer, what are they actually looking for? Well, they're testing how you see the problem itself. And that brings us to puzzles of perception, where the only way to find the solution is to challenge your own assumptions about what you're looking at.
All right, here's a perfect example. Obviously, this equation is wrong. Your job is to make it true, just by adding a single line. Go ahead, take a second. Where would you put it?
Now, one absolutely brilliant candidate just drew a simple line through the equal sign. And what does that do? It makes the statement 5 plus 5 plus 5 is not equal to 550. I mean, come on, that is a perfect demonstration of lateral thinking. It might not be what the interviewer expected, but it is logical, it's creative, and it's technically correct. That's a total win. Now, the intended solution, well, that required you to see the symbols not for their mathematical meaning, but just for their shape. If you add one little slanting line to the first plus sign, it becomes a 4. And suddenly, boom, 54.5 plus 5 equals 550. The symbols themselves were the real puzzle. So, that puzzle was all about creative perception. But perception is also about precision, and this next challenge is designed to exploit a very common mental shortcut our brains take every single day without us even realizing it. Okay, so when you're asked to reproduce this sentence, almost everyone's brain will automatically autocorrect that double A and write it with just one. We can't help it, but a top-tier candidate, they'll notice that little flaw and they'll ask for clarification, and that simple question shows an elite level of attention to detail. So the lesson here is crystal clear. Question what you see, and when you spot something that seems off, clarify the instructions. All right, let's add another layer to this. What happens when the interviewer starts to intentionally pile on the pressure? Imagine this. You're asked to build a bridge out of straws, but the entire time, the interviewer is just hovering over you, telling you you're too slow, that you're failing, that this isn't good enough. And really, this quote is the entire philosophy right here. The task itself, building the bridge, it might just be a decoy. The real evaluation is on your ability to stay calm, focused, and positive when everything around you is designed to make you panic. In these moments, your composure is your superpower. You see, the interviewer creates all this noise, the taunts, the interruptions, suddenly changing the deadline. The trap is to react to it, to get defensive, or to start complaining that it's not fair. The winning strategy? You just tune it all out. You stay laser-focused on the task in front of you with a constructive, can-do attitude. You're there to solve the problem, not to win an argument about the rules of the game. This says it all, doesn't it? The pressure, the comments, the chaos, it's just noise. It's designed to see if you'll get distracted. Your only job is to filter it out and execute. Finish the task, then calmly look up and ask, what's next? That is how you prove you can perform under real-world pressure.
All right, we've basically deconstructed the entire game. So for a final section, let's pull all of these strategies together into one powerful checklist that you can take with you into any high-stakes situation.
This is it. This is your toolkit. First, listen to every single word of the instructions. Next, challenge what you see and fight that automatic urge your brain has to fix things. You've got to ignore the drama and focus only on the task. And remember, staying calm is the main goal here. Your composure is what's really being tested. And maybe most importantly, if you are ever, ever unsure about anything, just ask for clarification. It's a sign of strength, not a weakness.
So, you see, these interviews are no longer some big mystery. They're a game with observable rules and very clear strategies. The question is no longer about finding some secret magic answer. It's all about how you approach the problem. Now that you have the framework, you're not just ready to play, you're ready to win.